Welcome to Sidetracked with A and D.
I'm A.
And I'm D.
And the motivation behind this video is that there were things we wish we knew before coming to university. And so we're going to tell you the things we wish we knew that no one ever told us.
I think we should start off with, honestly, a good starting point. Coming straight from matric to university.
I think it's such a big shift,
A big one.
Everyone's always like, oh, there's such a difference between school and university. There is. There is. I thought they were lying.
It's
They're
a
not.
very big difference. It's very noticeable.
Big shift.
Literally. Don't
Life
let
shift.
anybody fool you.
Exactly.
It's not the same. It's a different ball game.
It is.
It's a different sport at this point. Literally. And I think that because we came straight from matric into university, we're kind of strained to a sense. We were so tired coming straight from studying for the finals and then just like a month or two off and then straight back into studying again. I think that does put a strain and it does mentally.
Take a toll.
It does, honestly.
Because uni is also just studying every day.
Literally.
Uni feels like the end of matric when you're writing exams, just every day.
100%. On repeat. It's like a nightmare that doesn't want to end.
It doesn't stop. It just keeps coming.
Literally. I do think that also the uni is so different to high school in the point that we have to be able to understand more than remember.
Oh.
And I feel like that's what we did in high school. And that was way easier than university.
You would study something, it's going to come out exactly like that, Even if you don't understand, as long as you know what you studied, you can write it like that. You're going to get it right. Here, no. You have to know it, understand it.
You have to know and understand.
Because they're not going to ask it in that way,
The problem was also you can't really study like cramming or studying to just know and copy and paste. You have to physically understand because of the fact it's so much information you won't be able to remember all of that.
100%.
That strain on your short-term memory, not so good. It needs to be in your long-term memory, not short-term. And that does put a strain on, I feel like, all activities, honestly. Don't mind the brothers sweeping outside because
he decided to sweep now.
Yeah, and there's nothing we can do because
nothing.
This is the time available. Okay.
Busy girls.
Literally, university is no joke.
No time even to breathe.
There is no time to breathe.
You blink your eyes, it's exam.
Literally.
Exactly.
No.
But we hope he'll be done soon.
Hopefully. But I do think people who came straight from, or not straight from matric, rather than taking a gap year, they do have that advantage that they kind of like rested out as much as they can. But we just got thrown into the pool and we were expected to swim.
Yeah.
But I'm sinking, like I'm being pushed underneath the water.
I've been swimming all day.
Literally, I'm tired. I can't fight the tide.
Exactly.
Literally.
I'm sinking, I'm drowning.
Literally.
Help.
Yeah. It is,
different life shift.
Very different. And I feel like also the independence.
Oh yeah.
Also kind
ready
of
for it.
Saying. Nobody cares about anything you do in university. Nobody cares about what you do. Nobody cares that you submit your assignments. Nobody cares that you even come to the test. Nobody cares.
The lecturer is not going to email you like, why didn't you come? You get a 0.
The lecturer doesn't even know your name.
Exactly.
So
you're a number, and that's it.
Literally.
So
you're a statistic here. That's all you are. Literally. So it's like,
you have to take your own responsibility. Just be responsible because the teacher, why didn't you say no?
The
teacher we have to submit.
You get 0. Nobody cares.
You failed. No one cares.
Life goes on. No, literally.
They're still gonna wake up tomorrow.
Literally. That is the one thing about that I would say is different from matric or high school to be in a sense. It's different in that sense because I feel like because high school is like so small, the teachers know all the people in their classes. They know your strengths and weaknesses. They know when to check up on you. It's not like that in university.
No one's checking up on you.
It's definitely not like that. Literally, I do think that it's something that you won't know until you experience it.
Yes,
like you
just have to be there.
Literally. It's not set in stone. You will never know.
It's also something that's different is the amount of people there's like 1,000 kids in one class.
Literally.
Going from 30 kids in one class to 1,000 is crazy.
That is absolutely crazy.
And it's all different people. Like in high school, it was the same people every day. You know?
Yeah, you knew who sat where.
Yeah, you knew that James over there, sits in front of you in the English class. Now in English class, some random guy from a different province, for all you know. And it's all these different
country for you.
Exactly, all these different people in such a big place, And it's massive around here. It takes you like 40 minutes to get to class.
Literally.
It's crazy.
Why am I walking a whole 2-point-something kilometers to get to class when I live on campus?
Exactly.
No.
It's crazy.
That is a different no.
Yeah.
Literally. I do feel like also, like, that is why, like, in my classes, people who know me know exactly where I sit. Because I like to sit on a specific place. Usually the fourth row from the front. Because I'm also kind of blind, so I
like sitting too much towards the back.
In the back, like everybody's talking in the back, and that's the problem. You can't hear the lecturer. The lecturer only cares about the people in the front.
Oh,
the lecturer would talk to those who are listening. The people in the back, they're just there because they are there. They have to be there. They're not there because they want to learn anything new, which kind of harms your learning experience, and it's not fair to you, I guess. Which is why I always sit in the fourth row from the front.
I just have trauma because of sitting in the back of the class.
Yeah,
one class.
We all know which one.
Who puts a kid that wears glasses at the back of the class, knowing we can't see on the board?
And it's not even like a square classroom. It's like a rectangle classroom. So it's like all the way at the back.
Exactly.
And then I'm like,
who does that?
Now. Literally. I mean, I couldn't even see from where I was sitting. Imagine how it was. I was like in the third row from the front or fourth.
I was at the back.
I think that's why I love the front, not gonna lie.
I think that's why I hate the back. Yeah.
I do, yeah.
Never go back to the back of the class anymore.
Literally.
I don't care how boring the teacher is. I'd rather sleep at the front of the class instead. I don't like the back. It's just not a nice place, the back. Everyone is just chaotic back there. I'd rather sit in the middle. I like the middle, where you have just those normal kids are sitting in the middle.
Okay, moving on. Can we talk about our first ever semester test as well as first semester technically?
I think the first semester everything was different, obviously, because we weren't used to everything. I think the first semester was crazy.
We didn't know what to expect. And I think that kind of threw everything out of balance. Because you don't know how it's going to be. And I feel like when you talk to somebody about it, they don't really tell you. They tell you like indirectly, but not really at the same time. They're just like, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's not what I want to know.
It's survivable, but you have to fight,
I think the second semester is harder for me.
Because you have more modules. I had all my modules in first semester. True. Hard.
Yeah.
First semester was
I do think the first semester was kind of nice though.
Can't relate.
It was kind of nice, except the heat. The heat sucked.
The heat was crazy.
The heat. Oh yeah, no. The heat was absolutely horrible. It was nicer in winter. I'm not gonna lie.
And in the first semester, everyone was coming to class, and it was crazy. Like classes were full. People were standing.
Like usually, like judging based off of your second semester, it's usually give them like less than a week. They'll all be gone.
They'll be gone.
Only the people who actually do come to class will come to class. But in the first semester, it took them months to filter out.
Exactly.
Months, literally.
After like the first recess, almost. Like a couple of weeks after the first recess.
I do agree, yes.
And then people stopped coming to class.
You know what? I do think the first semester felt so long.
It did
so long. And I think it's because, like, obviously, like, uni started in February, like the second week of February, I think. That's when the orientation started. And it's like I think we had like a month, like almost 2 months, less than 2 months, a month and a half worth of classes. And then we had recess. And it's like, oh yay, recess. But it's like you haven't been at this long enough to be tired.
Yes.
So then obviously the second quarter is going to be way more straining and like so long. Like that semester didn't want to end.
It didn't. It was fighting. to stay alive.
Literally, by the time the exams came, I was like, I'm tired. Can I go home?
I was like, can I write exams and get over it?
You know?
What was your first semester test that you wrote?
I liked my first semester test. Like, I think another unspoken thing about university is also that maybe it might just be our university, but there's so much multiple choice question papers.
Yes.
And it's not even that it's easy. It's actually harder because all the options are correct. Exactly. So which one do you want?
Not only that, my option's not there.
Literally. Because I can read all the options that they give me, and then I'm like, I know all these options because I studied them. They were in like the textbook. What do you mean choose the best one? They're all correct.
Exactly.
So it's like there were so many. That entire test for me was multiple choice.
Oh,
and
so
it was
that
like
was fun.
A whole 40 questions, just multiple choice. But I do like that they integrated like how you have the graphs and you have the pictures and everything, and you have to they ask you questions about that, not necessarily only theory. I do like that they did that, and we had like calculations. You calculate. And
that's a little more.
All just theory. I can't imagine that.
I think my first semester essay was 7,000 word essay. Was it 7? I can't remember, but it was a lot. I don't think it was 7,000 though. 7,000? That's dramatic.
How long was the test?
It was a lot. I remember that. It wasn't 2,500.
Yo.
It was crazy. It was horrible. Worst time of my life. I cried after the test, during the test,
before the test,
when the box came out.
All that.
That test was horrible. It still causes me trauma till this day.
I do feel that. No, I like my test, and the marks also came out pretty good.
That's nice.
They came out really good. It was also the first ever semester test, so nobody knew what to expect. 100%. And it was like, okay, I guess I'll just study and go right.
Yes, like I used to in high school.
Yeah, but which I would say I did kind of understand some majority of it, because in my course everything builds up together.
Oh yes.
So having the foundation of that specific module in semester 1. I couldn't see why I had that module in the beginning of the year, and then I'm like, why do I have this module? Like, why does it make sense?
Oh, I relate.
But now that I'm in the second semester, I do kind of see, okay,
all my modules
okay. I do kind of see to do that one module, I needed 1, 2, and 3, and it actually makes sense. And you can actually recollect those things
100%
in your work currently. And I do.
All of them link. In some module, we mention something we do in the other module. You know what I mean? We do more in depth in that module, but we mention it in this module. You have to know what it is from that module.
That gives you the basic knowledge so that you can further carry on in the topic.
Kind of good.
Yeah, I do agree.
Yeah.
I needed that foundation. I did, honestly.
Same.
Yeah. Also, as somebody who didn't have like that module as a subject in
high school,
basically starting from square one.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I didn't have it, because having to start from. If you didn't know, we are from Afrikaans high schools, actually primary school, all the above actually. Probably even.
No, I went to English preschool.
I probably even went to. I did go to an Afrikaans preschool.
I couldn't find space in the English primary school. That's the only reason I had to go to Afrikaans one.
Well, it can be planned. You met us through those.
There were also private schools. Those the ones next to where we live.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't think I went to like private school.
I don't think I went to like that school.
Same, I'm not gonna lie, but that school is like there's an Afrikaans class and then there's an English class, so you can choose which one you put your kid in.
Crazy.
But I enjoyed.
None.
I think it's better experience, because how many people do you know that speak Afrikaans?
Very little. Especially those who are black, very little.
Yeah.
Very, very little. And I guess we do have an advantage, because now you're bilingual in both Afrikaans and English.
And it was a good school.
Okay.
We got great education compared to other schools.
I do, yes.
Would your brother went to the green school? Close to Mendon.
Oh hell no. Because somebody I know is in that school.
Exactly.
But I know is in that school.
I'm not saying that's a bad school.
My sister went to that school.
Really?
Yeah.
Both of them?
Yeah. And look at her now. She's probably rich. Who knows?
But there's
not both of them. Not both of them. The second one. Yeah.
Okay. It's not a bad school.
It's not.
But compared to
there is a greater privilege in the other school. I do agree with that. I do agree. Did you obviously your first semester because you haven't finished your second one, did you experience burnout? And
so 100%.
Elaborate on that.
It was the most draining I've ever felt in my life. I felt like I was working on 9 to 5?
Yeah, 9
I
to
felt
5.
like I was working a 5 to 5, honestly. It was crazy, because I felt like I had a whole day of classes and then I had to get home and do homeworks, assignments, and all those things. And like that little 2 hours of sleep you used to get, it was draining.
I don't know why, but once you come to university and your whole sleeping schedule is messed up, you can't go back.
You can't.
Until you go back home, you can't go back. Because honestly, like, I had nothing to do. I was just sitting there and I'm like, I'm trying to actively fall asleep. And somehow, every day, I end up falling asleep only after 11.
Same.
Like, no matter what I do,
exactly.
I'm tired. I want to go back. I want to go to bed at night. Because I'm tired.
But then I feel guilty because I'm trying to sleep, but I'm not. No, but like, between 9 and 10, if I get in bed, 9 and 11, and then I get in bed, then I start feeling guilty. I'm like, why am I not studying? Because I'm not sleeping.
True.
I'm not sleeping, so why am I not studying? But I don't want to study
I
either.
do get that.
Yeah,
I don't want to study, so I might as well just not sleep.
Exactly. Just lay there.
That is the better option.
I'd rather just take time.
Literally. It's the better option.
Exactly, because
I just listen to some white noise.
I also hate studying at night.
Or podcast.
They're nice.
You can listen to ours, actually. That is, or like some audiobook, actually. Those also help. Like a very calming noise that you can just hear. That does help. It does help. No, I think when I experienced the burnout, it was like, I didn't think I would because I thought I was like taking measures against that. I was trying to prevent that. But it did happen. I think it was actually like that second last week. We were writing that same subject that and I had like a week and a half
before that.
Between those tests. So I was like, okay, I'm going home because I'm like, what else am I gonna do here? Over there, I'm getting free food. There's a greater pool. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go home.
I was living.
Did I study when I went home?
No.
I don't know how I ever studied at home. Because now that I go home,
I can't study. Yeah.
Everything academic just flies out the window.
Oh, 100%.
Literally, like, for some reason, it's just not possible. So I do think that did kind of, like, hinder that. Like, do you guys know this? There's, like, the lost paper syndrome?
Oh.
That is what I had.
That's a thing.
That is a thing.
It's serious.
Literally.
It got to me last semester.
Same. It's probably gonna get to me again.
Oh yeah.
If there's too much space, it will get to me.
I have a lot of. I'm like writing like my exam one a week. I'm like one exam a week.
That is crazy.
And it's Fridays.
I'm writing like all of them in like a span of 2 weeks.
No, I'm writing all of them in
or 3.
You're writing 3 exams.
No. I have like 5. I think. And I'm writing all of them in the span of like 2 to 3 weeks. 4 exams. That must be so nice.
Because the other one doesn't have an exam. I had 7 last semester. And I had 6 last semester. So that wasn't nice.
Yeah, it does add up. Yeah, it does. Yeah, be careful for the burnout. It does happen. Even though you're being warned and you think that you can prevent it, it does happen. It does. You don't want it to catch you when you're supposed to be studying. Yeah. That is not a good thing.
It's not a good feeling. Either.
No, it's not a good feeling.
It's the worst,
Like, all I wanted to do was sleep.
I was always tired.
Just too tired.
Always tired. Yeah, it was not nice.
And it's like, no matter how much you rested, you were still tired.
You were still tired.
If anything, you woke up even more tired.
And you're also stressed, so that just causes more tiredness. You know?
I do agree. I do agree. And it's like, it's kind of lonely because everybody's like, I'm studying for my test. I felt
so lonely. I felt like no one else relates. I felt like it's just me that was struggling.
I do get it.
I feel like no one understood. I was like, I'm tired and just wake up.
Literally.
You know?
Like, I went to bed tired and I still woke up tired.
But race beds play a big role in that.
They do. These things are like prison beds, I'm telling you.
Fact.
They are like
I don't think they have
sleeping on the floor. That's what it feels like.
Exactly.
It's no, actually, the floor is actually better.
Yes.
Honestly, the floor would give you more stability.
Yeah, but it's okay.
Yeah,
we're grateful for them.
Maybe.
They could not give you a bed.
No, it's fine. I'll take the bed.
Exactly. It's better than nothing.
Well, the bed is bolted into the room, so I can't do anything about it. So mine is. It can't move. I can check the mattress, but what am I going to do with that?
I see people buying those. There's like these foam mattresses.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Everybody in America is always buying that. And I want that
and
too.
I want it.
Where can I find that? Has that?
Oh,
I'll ask her where they got it. Yeah,
probably like Boulders.
No, I don't think so.
Then where?
Like probably like some fancy store like House and Home or something.
They don't have that in House and Home.
House and Home. Why does it feel so wrong?
There's a House and Home and there's a Home.
I'm not thinking about that one. Is House and Home the green one? No, I'm not thinking about the green one. I'm thinking about a different one.
Which one? What
color? It might be Home.
It's Home. Black and white.
It's like, yeah,
at home.
At home.
At home.
That is exactly. Something was missing. Home felt too short.
Yes, at home.
Or like Mr. Price or something. Or maybe Game. Or like Marvel.
I like a big store that has everything. We should go look for them for next year.
You know what? I've gotten used to these beds, honestly.
Oh, facts.
I just have like blankets, like thick ass blankets that I have 2 blankets on my bed.
It causes severe back pain.
You know, my back is fine.
I know. Okay, let's move on now. Beds is a different topic. How did you find a week?
You know what? A week was an experience on its own, honestly.
We had different O weeks because you were in res
O
week and an academic O week.
I was tired by the end of that week.
Because it was like the second day.
Yeah, true. I've never done that much walking in my life before. Never. Like, what do you mean I'm doing 25k steps in a day? And not even a day, in a couple hours. No. I do remember the first social that we had was with Toxicaya, and it was like a slip and slide.
Ooh.
No, that was not very nice. It was a slip and slide, and you know, everybody's like, boys will be boys, right? So they're like, so then the HC were like, you guys are not allowed to wear bikinis or this and this, but they didn't say it. So everybody, like, obviously you can wear whatever you want. It's your body. So people came there and they're wearing like bikinis, and the HC are like, no, wait, wear your shirt, cover up, and excuses like boys will be boys, and it's like, okay, but why does that have to affect me in a sense? That became a whole argument, and that lasted a couple of days, honestly. Made a couple of people mad. I couldn't care any less.
Yeah, and I feel like at this point we're at the age where we don't like when people tell us what to do, you know, especially the age.
It comes with the independence. It's like, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, at this point you don't like.
My mother's not here.
It's different from grade 8 orientation where people are telling you what to do and you don't do it. And now when people are telling you what to do, you're like,
especially when it's like people around either your age or like
just older,
a year older. That is just like,
what do you mean I have to not wear?
Why are you telling me what to do?
No?
Literally.
At this point, people just don't care.
That was the mentality, and that did kind of cause problems on its own, honestly. You know what I did not like? So we like all share a dining hall, and in the dining hall where we would have like, obviously, you would like, they forced you to have 3 meals a day because of all of that walking and exercise that we did. You kind of had to eat,
and the heat.
Literally, the heat was also a problem. They were like, hydrate. So they were like, you have 30 minutes. Because everything is scheduled. Every single minute of every single day during that entire week is scheduled.
Even your sleep time.
Literally. That is, they'd even run over and then you'd sleep less because of the fact that they ran over time. So you had 30 minutes per res to eat your meal. Right?
And get it.
So you had, at that time, like the student cards are not tapping. You can't buy your meal. They can't see what you bought. So it's like, you have to stand in lines, first of all, for them to give you like a little ticket slip thingy of a checklist to tell you, okay, you ordered this, here's your slip, give it to the people who are serving you. And it's like, that takes time.
The lines in cafeterias,
literally,
giving home affairs.
It is. That's
worse.
literally. So like that takes time. That takes like, especially if you're in the back of the road, that's 100 people who have to get their food, eat, and put their plates away within 30 minutes. So it's like it takes you 15 to 20 minutes to get your food.
And then you have 10
You
minutes
have
to eat.
probably even less than that. You have like 6, maybe 7 minutes to eat because you have to still take your plate and whatnot. And it's like, okay, so our res had this rule where you're not allowed to eat until the whole table's full.
Oh.
Right? And
that just takes even more time.
Exactly. So it's like, now I'm here, I got my food, but I can't eat. So I have to wait for everybody else to get there. Then I have 4, maybe 5 minutes to gobble my food down so that we can go.
And that's even more dangerous than not eating.
Literally.
You know what I mean? Like eating fast.
Some days you couldn't even eat because you just had to take a takeaway because you're not going to get to your food. You're not going to get to it. So I think that made it feel kind of like prison, not gonna lie. I wouldn't know what prison feels like, but
Hopefully you don't know what prison feels like.
I wouldn't know. But yeah, every single minute of every single day was scheduled. That was torture. And I think everybody, like the people who I'm friends with now, we like trauma bonded. That's the only nice thing that came out of OB.
This y'all could relate to something.
That's the only nice thing that came out of OB. We had so much trauma and then we bonded over that, honestly. And so many people were leaving, actually.
Really?
So many people were leaving res. Even like by end of Feb, so many people were leaving. I was like,
just because
where are you guys going? Like, what's happening? Did I miss something? Yeah, I do not get what was going on with that.
And then your academic a week?
No, I think I went to like one day. In the academic a week. I didn't think I went to more than one.
I barely had academic.
I think they cancelled the rest. I think maybe that's why.
Yes, because
we had nothing else to do.
And there was a massive strike going on.
That too.
Yeah.
And then we had to do online classes for like 2 weeks.
It was the worst. I remember one day week. It was my birthday that day. On my birthday, that was the day where the strike was like crazy. And I had to walk around the school. And the school is not small. It's like a whole town, you know? Literally. And we had to walk in the heat, I remember. And then I went to the one class I came to school with and no one was there. I didn't know the class was
nobody could get in. Let me guess, the lecturer also didn't show up. The lecturer probably even couldn't get there.
I was so tired that day. And I remember it was this year, worst birthday of my life. Worst birthday of my life, you know? So I went home. I didn't even go to the rest of the day. I think I had one other class. I went home. I was so tired.
Bad start to a day that's supposed to be good.
Exactly. On my birthday.
I can't imagine doing online school. No. Especially
every day.
Like it was so hard to focus. So hard. Especially where like your desk and your room and your bed are like
at the same place.
This far away from each other.
5 centimeters away from each other.
Why would I even want to attend the lecture?
I used to put the lecture on and then
No, I tried to attend at least 95% of it. I did miss one.
I didn't miss one.
But that's because of the I had the time wrong. That's why.
I went to all of them. But
everything else I did go. I did try to focus. I was making notes. I was doing some.
Most of mine went as in-depth, you know? It was just like introduction of the module and things like
First week.
Yeah.
Stuff.
It wasn't that deep, you know? So focused a little. I had to go back though after the lecture because I couldn't.
And it's like actually especially those first not even 2 lectures, the first 2 weeks, because you had like 3-4 lectures a week of one module. Those you actually covered a lot of content, and that content is important for you to understand the rest.
Because the next week they're not gonna be like, oh, next week recap. No,
they're going on. We're just carrying on.
They're sort of skipping other stuff.
Literally. They're just carrying on, and I think that's what made statistics kind of hard for me.
Really?
Yeah. I had no idea what was going on in the beginning.
Some classes we just had one online class.
That's crazy. Statistics, we had 3 online classes and a tutorial test on Fridays while we were online and also in person. But
that's outrageous.
That's was
absolutely crazy.
It was
No.
I do think honestly, like the academic orientation, not necessary at all. I don't remember a single thing from that singular orientation.
I think it was just the situation about the whole strike and thing that just made it worse.
I think also they just talked about like your course and what you can do and where's what and who's what, and I'm like,
but there were some days that were actually useful.
True. No, like that first week.
Yeah, the first week was
that one time slot that we had. No, that was, and then we had like the whole tour in that heat.
We had like 4.
No,
I couldn't understand. Come on,
that makes
they didn't
sense.
know what to do with us.
That makes
That's
no
what
sense.
I think.
I know. They were just like, okay, you guys can go. We're done.
But that's when I met the most people. A week.
I do agree. I do agree. OWeek does allow you to meet new people, which is why I would say like Res OWeek was very important, especially like because there were so many socials, which actually we only had one with another female Res. That is just wrong.
It just doesn't make sense, honestly. Because you're not friends with any of those people really now.
True, I'm not.
Maybe other people are.
Honestly, I can't even remember who I was talking to. Exactly. I only remember that brother from Saxakaya, the one with the braces. I know he didn't have glasses. The one with the braces, because I couldn't hear what he was saying. Like we were standing in like a circle. And then like we honestly can't hear what you're saying. Like the music is so loud, and they were playing Paris.
Oh, I love that song.
Exactly. So we're like we're all singing. I can't hear what you're saying, anyways.
That song's a bang.
So I might as well sing to the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So something happened last year, which caused you not to do the first trip. There's something you wanted to study for years. And how did that feel?
Not so nice. Cried for a really long period. I know you were there. I know. Yeah. So my maths marks were not where they needed to be for accounting science, and I missed it with just 2%. 2.
Did y'all get your marks back?
Yeah, the remark. Nothing changed. That was a waste of money.
What did I say? I don't do that.
But if I'd rather do it and I'd rather do it and know definitely like there's no way. Like this is not meant to be. Then me not do it and then regret it 10 years from now, being like, maybe. But what if I did that and it changed and I could do this? So I'd rather know it and know that door's closed forever. Well, it's not, but I could transfer, but I don't want to.
But how did that make you feel in the moment?
I was thinking about a different word. I'm not gonna say that word.
Don't say it.
Not very good, honestly. Not very good. Not very good. But I got past it. I mean, it got me to where I am now.
Do you think what you're doing now is better?
Yes. I honestly see why I'm not doing accounting science, because without that not happening, I wouldn't have done financial science, because it's not for sure. I didn't even know what financial science was. I just chose this because it was anything to do with finance. It was just the second option for in case. So then I would say what I'm doing now is like I prefer that more than what they're doing in accounting science, because they're doing more theory-based stuff. And no, I hated not even just theory, like analyzing. That was the worst chapter of the syllabus in accounting. I hated the analyzing. Absolutely horrible. So I'm grateful that I don't have to do that. I don't think I would want to do that. Honestly, it would be torture.
So you're kind of glad that it turned out this way?
Yes, I think. I hope.
You didn't feel like that in the moment.
Based on how the second semester is going, I honestly do not know.
At this point?
I honestly do not know.
Are you second guessing?
Yes, because the module that's supposed to be my future.
Oh, I relate to that one.
Is honestly the worst I'm doing it right now. And when I say worst, I mean worst. Like maybe not even getting exam entrance worst. And the lecturer keeps on teasing every single day. He's like, I'll tell you what you did in this and this and what you did wrong in that. And I'm like, I don't care about the marks. Just tell me if I get exam entrance or not. The point at this point, the goal is to pass. Because
something that I think all lecturers should do, you know that progress mark? Even if it's not going to be the same, you know more or less how you're doing exactly. This far. I feel like every module should have that.
They 100% should. I do agree with that. Honestly, they should. I'm getting one soon. I'm excited to how it will be. Yes. Got an email this morning. So yes, I hope
the way it turned out is better.
Yes, that's the only positive way to look at it. Because as of right now, I don't know. I can't tell the future so fact. it is what it is. Yeah, I guess we'll just see how it turns out. Yeah, we'll just see.
Oh, because of mathematics. The devil's work.
Mathematics is not a joke, people. It's not a joke.
So, is there things that you wish you knew before coming to university that you want to tell them?
You know what? I wish that I actually did know that somebody told me, like in the beginning of the year, that is the best time to make friends.
Oh,
honestly.
The first couple of weeks.
Because after that, nobody really cares about making friends. Nobody cares. They're just like, oh, okay, I just found my friends, so I'm not gonna make any new friends. And it's like there are people who do, but at the same time, we're not like our mentalities and our like values and everything is not aligned. So it's like I don't see us becoming friends at the same time.
There's people that I'm friends with, and then there's people I'm classmates with.
Acquaintances. That's what I like to call it. The fancy word for we're just in the same class.
There's such a difference. Like if we text, it's not about how are you doing, how is it. No, it's about what should we do for the summer. You know.
True.
Everything we talk and text about is related to school. I'm grateful for those people, but I'm not friends. You know, we wouldn't hang out outside of uni.
I don't see this going anywhere.
Outside of uni. Yes, you know, like
I do see that. I do. I would also say a big thing that honestly private accommodation would have been nice. It's way nicer than res accommodation. Res accommodation is nice, but I would say living in res does have its benefits.
Oh, 100%.
Honestly, I'd be so lonely if I didn't live in res.
I didn't live in res in the first semester. That also was just such an influence on my burnout because it felt like I was, especially on the days I had one class a day, it felt like I had traveled like 5 years just to get to school, and then I'm here for 50 minutes and then I have to travel 5 years again to get home. And it was just it's not even, home's not even that far. It's like 45 minutes. But it still
it's actually not 45 minutes. It's
like at 7, like I had to wake up at 5:30 to make it in time for my 8:30 class. Now I wake up at 8. Not really.
No, you don't.
Wake up at 7.
You leave here at 8 because you can't get. There's no way.
I started living at Gora Pass and I make it on time.
That is crazy. I'm surprised. You're a very slow walker. I'm just very surprised.
I hate being late, so I have to walk fast.
Same. If I'm that person, if I'm late,
I'm not going.
By just 2 minutes, I'm not going home.
Yeah.
I'm
if
not
I'm late
sleeping.
for class, I'm not. You won't.
Unless there's a group of people walking in with me, I'm not going.
I'm not walking in there alone.
I'm not.
Because
trust me, that look that everybody,
you open the.
If you're looking at the lecturer and it's like the lecturer is explaining something and somebody just walks in,
it's
everybody looks
to everyone.
Like everybody's just like, oh, welcome.
You're late.
Welcome.
You know, I can feel the judgment.
Those people who come to class at with 8 minutes left.
Why are you here?
Why are you here?
They show up to class. Class starts at 8:30. Ends at 9:30. They pull up at 9.
Like, why are you even here? Go
home. You could have stayed.
Well, why
did you put the effort in?
Literally. Why? Yeah. I don't get that.
So I think living in res is a really good option. You just meet nice people too.
You do.
Well, not nice.
You meet a lot of people. Different people, and I think that's the one great benefit of it. Like you meet international people. You meet people from different backgrounds, different
cultures.
Literally.
I wish I had OWIC.
I'm glad I had OWIC.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do it again, but I'm glad I had OWIC.
I wish I had OWIC because now I don't know anyone. After moving into res, so like I don't know anyone much.
Because see, everybody's already made their friends. They're like, I'm fine.
Everyone has
friends.
When we were going to take house pictures, like I was standing alone. I didn't know it. Only person I know was my roommate. She wasn't there. So you wanna be my res friend for the last 2 weeks? Text me. The person I do know her. She's really nice, but she lives further. I don't even know where she lives.
On the opposite side.
On the other side, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That is one great benefit of res, and especially in your first year. Like I do get staying in private accommodation in your second year, but I think that first year, making those friends they are essential. They are essential. It's very important. So I would recommend that if you are considering it, only if I'm not
If you're
pushing
consider-
you.
Because I remember you telling me before coming to high school, you telling me, let's go to Res. I was like, why would I do that? I was like, why?
literally like, let's.
And
why
now
not?
I'm like, oh, I love this. I love Res. I don't want to go back home.
I also don't want to
I just want to
go back
for
home
the
for
food.
and the holidays. But other than
Yeah.
that,
Other than that, I love staying in Res.
I'm very good.
Love your mother, but you know,
I'm very good.
it's fun here.
Yeah.
You know, it feels free.
There's nobody sending you to do anything, asking you to do this and this and that.
Exactly.
It's just you
make your own
and in between
decisions.
your four walls.
Exactly.
Literally.
And the person you share with.
Yeah, and the
if you
person
do.
opposite your bed. But
But that's a different
you get
story.
that. Yes, you do get that.
Mm-hmm.
I will also say, start as if you are seeing this video be right before like your semester starts. Start your assignments early.
Oh, 100%.
As early as possible. Start them early. Like,
It builds up.
it's
Everything
so
builds up.
important to start it early.
Also, something you can do just to, if you have class, like after school, I know you're tired, but it's just to do a little something, you know? Even if you do one chapter, you know?
That's still something.
Yeah, not even the whole chapter, even half the chapter, you know what I mean? But
As my accounting lecturer says, your best attempt will be just fine.
exactly, if you try, you know?
Trying is better than not doing anything.
Exactly.
At least you tried. You attempted it. So yeah, start your assignments early. What I found helpful, especially starting in the second semester, because I only implemented it now, is that I make like a whole Excel template, and then I write like the weeks, and then the days right next to the weeks, and then I write down what I need to do in that day. And then I don't put like, obviously your assignments have a due date.
Yes.
I don't put it like on that due date. I would put it, if it's been open for 2 weeks, put it somewhere within the first week, maybe even the weekend in between, because putting it that far ahead from your due date helps to
Get it done before.
yeah, because if something did come up and you couldn't complete it, you can still do it next week. You still have time. But if you were to do it on the day it's due, you don't have time. It's today and today only.
The pressure of doing an assignment the day it's due is crazy. Especially like in the humanities faculty where we have essays and stuff. Or don't leave your essay.
I'm glad I don't have essays.
I did that recently.
No.
The worst feeling ever. I remember last semester and I did it. And then I didn't see the email and then we got an extension. I was so upset. That essay could have been so much better. But you know what? It is what it is.
Yeah, those assignments actually in the first semester, like the first 2 weeks, like you didn't know what was due when. You didn't know the website, how to get access things. So it was like things did
100%.
pass, but then again, they reopened a lot of the things because of the late registration, because of the strike.
Facts.
They reopened a lot of things. I'm very thankful to that. That did save me in the end.
Same.
did
There was
save
a couple of things now, but
Exactly. That did save me. Thank you for opening those things up again. Very essential. But yeah, start your assignments early. Give yourself time to, if you can't complete them when you set out to complete them, you still have time. Those assignments will carry you.
so planning is just your best friend in you.
True.
You have
Time
to
management.
plan. Yeah.
I can't say I've mastered that skill.
Same. But we learn as we go, don't we?
Yeah, I'll get there someday. Clearly not
Hopefully
today,
soon.
but someday. Yeah, someday.
Clearly not
yeah,
today.
not today, but someday. Someday. It's getting better as we go
100%.
because I'm getting used to everything. It is getting better. I think that's the only advice I would like to give. Any other advice?
No,
we
I
have?
think we covered it.
Remember, at the end of the day, your best attempt would be good enough. Not
Exactly.
good enough. Remember that. One thing to take away from this episode.
And just because you're struggling doesn't mean you're failing. You know, we all struggle, and it's fine in our own way, and it's fine.
As long as you pass at the end of the day, that's what matters. That is what matters. Anyways, if that is the end of this episode, if you have any other ideas that you would like us to talk about, comment down below, like the video, and we'll see you next week.